everyone, how are you doing? This is Rodger, Grubus Games Unlimited, and I hope everyone is doing great and had a great weekend. I know I already said this in the update, but it's nice to, first of all, be in this new format. I think you guys like this better already, right? No more off-screen recording, and the sound is better and the video is better. So welcome to this, and I wanted to do this justice because Damien, as you know, is doing the map of Avalon. And this map of Avalon is going to be for the Avalon Adventure board game, where you're going to journey all around Avalon, and you have to collect the 3 runes scattered around. Every game it's random. So, of course, what we're looking at here is my prototype map that I put together. I sketched this out on paper, and then I put it in here digitally, and it looks good. I know a lot of people had a lot of nice things to say about this, and I do like this. There's a certain charm to it. But what I'm about to show you, Damien is just incredible. All these artists are incredible, but this map is just, it exceeded my expectations. So, as you might know, Damien, there's a link to his website to go look at some of his art. Damien was involved with last year's RPG of the Year, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and he did definitely the map for the land in The Witcher 3, and it looks phenomenal. And so we talked to him over the summer and brought him in to recreate this and make it look beautiful. So I encourage you, look at Damien's work. It's pretty mind-blowing. You're about to have your mind blown right now when you see this map. So maybe I should kick on some music for this. Let's see if I can get some fantasy music going. Okay, and so here is the map of Avalon. Of course, we're going to zoom in, and we'll start up here. The detail is absolutely crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pan over this way and let you see everything, and take it all in. Maybe I'll shut up for a while so you can enjoy the music and see the sights of Avalon. But I'd like to say a couple things too. That when we up here, I wanted to do a snow, like a light snowfall over. That's the village of Tal and the surrounding areas, and Damien just did it absolutely perfectly how I wanted it. There's a lot of like little things that influenced me over the years on this map. There's an old game I used to play called the Dungeons of Daggorith, way old dungeon crawler from when I was a kid. So that kind of influenced me there. Whiterun Chapel, that's another one. Hope's Reach is where you start out at in Avalon when you play the Avalon Adventure board game. So let's come down a little bit and start from here. And I hope you guys like this. The detail is just incredible, and that's why I wanted to do this justice and get some good software to let you see all this. And a lot of the stuff here I told Damien just to let his creativity run wild. And if you notice, like right here, he made these like statues pouring water, and that's something that he thought of. And it's just, I'm just blown away by this map. We'll get into a second what all these colors mean by the different, like for the colors of the scrolls here, and how that's used when you play the Avalon Adventure board game. But we'll continue going over, and of course, House of the Faith, that's the group, the evil cult that has come to Avalon, and they're an evil bunch who wants to just destroy Avalon for this new epoch that they think is coming. The Tower of the Maidens, this is the Maidens of Witherbrook Forest. This is where they hang out at. And going over here to Evergreen. And, each zone I asked him to do like a certain kind of theme to. Like this is like would be fall. You can see the trees and the ground and all that. And then we'll come down here to the south. I want you to see everything, so I don't want to skip over anything. And this is actually Wren's Crossing. If you remember the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, when Arwen has Frodo and she's crossing that river, that actually part is what influenced me to do this part right here. And there's going to be some cool adventures that that happen there when you pull the adventure card for that area. So Twilight Lake, I think you guys know maybe where that come if you're an NES fan. Um, Tomb of the Dead, Hunter's Watch, Forgotten Runes, and then this Mistvale. Um, Look at that. That's just nuts. Like the sparkles and just the colors and everything. And if you want to compare it to mine, I mean, see mine down here. It's okay. That's just amazing. And it was like, I told him I couldn't shut up about it. These little details, like right here with the Vile Tower, like acting, having the red glow to it, was just so awesome. And just all this stuff, like House of Serpents, he put look like a snake at the top of it. Just, it's just incredible. I'm just blown away by this. And that's about it. So I hope you guys like this. And real quick, what these colors mean is when you're playing the Avalon Adventure board game, there's three runes you have to find scattered, and it's random. Every time you play, the three runes are scattered all over Avalon. There's a green rune, and then kind of like a off-white rune, yellowish rune, and then there's a red rune. And there's two fake ones and a real one for each one, for each zone. So there's actually 9 runes, but only 3 are real. So you have to travel across Avalon to try to find the runes to smash the curse on the dungeon's door. And then whatever gold, whatever loot, whatever shape your heroes are in, you start a game of Dungeon Crusade. And before we close out, let's say that, everyone, you always start out at Hope's Reach. And so what we have to do is we have to divide up like a game board. That's the next task at hand for this. So like you move, one figure represents all 6 heroes. So say we came to the Ancient Runes, and what you're going to see, this is prototype here. You would pull the Ancient Runes card because you're at the Ancient Runes, and then you would flip it over, and then you, again, prototype. We have not rewritten this yet, but you would roll a d12, and then you would have the event depending on what you would roll. And we'll get into this more. I don't want to derail too much. I want to keep it on the map. So I hope you guys like this. I am just blown away. Damien, I love you. Thank you. I think the backer is going to love you playing on this absolutely awesome map for the board game. Okay, guys, I wish I could show you more, but I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.